We're live.
All right.
Hello and welcome to the Player One Podcast episode 869. Nice. Aftershow. I am your host, Greg Stewart. With me, as always, of course, is Phil Theobald.
That's me, baby.
Racing his way to the Kid Rock concert in Michigan is CJ and his family. So he's not going to be here this week, but we still have a game that we're going to play. We're going to play as one team.
Oh,
This
you bet we are.
It's another AI thing, so get ready.
Oh, dear.
This is an AI limerick
Jeopardy
game submitted by friend of the show, Mr. Nelson.
Hey.
And it comes with a note. It says, "Hello, I made a Jeopardy game of AI generated biographies for fictional characters in the form of Irish limericks.
All right.
You want to make sure Greg is playing for this quiz, as you'll see with the last category, and what I assume is an American are fictional characters." Thanks for nearly 17 years of this nonsense. P1P will soon be able to get into R-rated movies without a guardian. God, has it been 17 years? It has to.
Oh,
all
dear.
right, yeah. So we're gonna do one team.
Yes,
I got to stop clicking on the broadcast window and actually go back to the screen that's being shared.
that's a good idea.
There we go. And what do we want to name ourselves?
The Men from Nantucket.
There it is.
I mean, what else could it be?
The Men from Nantucket. All right. So we've got 5 categories here. We've got Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
We've got The Office. So thank goodness I'm here. We've got MASH, the hit movie and TV show. We've got breakfast cereal mascots.
Oh.
And we've got Canadian prime ministers.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I think what we're really going to learn here is how little of my Canadian political history I know. So we're going to go and watch them play in order. Phil, that means you are choosing first.
Well, I'm going to start off with Transformers for 100. A leader with wisdom and might, guiding Autobots in the fight. With courage, he's blessed, strong, noble, and best. Blank, shining bright. I would imagine that's Optimus Prime.
I would imagine that is Optimus Prime.
Optimus
and
Prime,
it is
shining bright.
Optimus Prime.
Beautiful.
We're at 100 points. Off to a good start. All right, let's get the pain out of the way. Let's do Canadian prime ministers for 100. A leader wise and full of grace, guiding the nation with steady pace, with policies to unite is his prime ministerial light. A Canadian hero we embrace. That could be anybody. Leader wise and full of grace, guiding the nation with steady pace, with policies to unite in his prime ministerial light. A Canadian hero we embrace. I mean, I don't know. Justin Trudeau? It could be anybody.
I don't know.
It's Pierre Trudeau. That's Justin's
Pierre Trudeau,
father,
obviously.
by the way. Justin's father, Pierre Trudeau. We're back down to 0.
Oh, boy.
Save us, Phil.
I mean, how much do you know about MASH?
I'll tell you what. I owned the movie and the television series on DVD.
Oh,
that doesn't
mean
you
ever
I'm
watch either of them?
But I watched them all the way through. But
okay.
I only watched them once all the way through. So
I would occasionally watch MASH when I was a kid. I don't know how much I remember.
I watched it because my dad watched it.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, my parents would watch it
after dinner shows. So.
Yes, that's pretty much the same with me. So let's see what happens. MASH for 100. Right. A surgeon with wit sharp as a knife in the midst of war, saving lives. With a martini in hand, he'd heal in a band. A charismatic doctor who thrives. Okay, so this is Alan Alda's character.
It's Alan Alda's character. So the
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye, that's his name. Yep.
Hawkeye.
Nice job.
Pierce Hawkeye. Something.
It's Hawkeye Pierce.
Yes.
Hawkeye Pierce. It says Hawkeye Pierce here, but nice job.
You did it.
All right. That was the easy one, by the way.
Yeah.
The rest are going to get more difficult. All right. Back up to 100. Let's do The Office for 100.
Okay.
A boss with a unique way, Dunder Mifflin he'd oversee each day. With his antics and charm, he'd cause quite a swarm. Michael Scott making work play.
There it
Michael
is.
Scott's the name of the character.
Yes.
I'm guessing. Yes. Who is Michael Scott?
Yes.
All right. We're at 200 points.
All right. Let's see some breakfast cereal mascots for 100. Well, this is easy. A captain with a hat of blue is sailing through cereal seas. It's true. With crunch and taste supreme, in breakfast bowls, a dream. A mascot who brings joy anew. AI is not very good at writing limericks.
No.
It just does not have the cadence down. But we're, of course, talking about Captain Horatio Crunch.
I would love it if it said Horatio Crunch.
I believe...
Is that his actual name?
I believe Captain Crunch's actual first name is indeed Horatio.
I mean, that's a captain-y name.
Yes.
All right, we're at 300 points. Let's lose 200 Canadian prime ministers for 2. A trailblazer breaking glass ceilings. In her role, she'd bring new feelings. With compassion and drive, in her quest to revive a woman of power, her legacy appealing. I believe this is our only female prime minister whose name was Kim Campbell, I believe.
Oh.
Kim Campbell.
Good job.
500 points.
I would have guessed Celine Dion.
Yeah, I know you would have. So would most Canadians, I bet. Most older Canadians.
Well, let's transform and roll out for 2. A scout small, but so brave. Speeding stealthily as a wave. Yeah, those stealthy waves.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow and black design. Bumblebee. A friend so fine. In battles, he'll always save.
So
Gotta
I'm
be
saying
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. That is Bumblebee.
Here we go.
700 points. All right, let's do The Office for 200. A beet farmer with a unique mind. Dwight, an oddity you'll find. With his loyalty and zeal, The Office's strange appeal. Assistant regional manager, one of a kind. He was assistant to the regional manager.
That is true.
That
Dwight
is
Schrute,
Dwight.
of course.
Dwight Schrute. Schrute Farms, 900 points.
Let's try MASH again for 2. A colonel strict and stern, in command he'd always discern. With a cigar in hand, leading his band, a commanding officer, lessons to learn. Oh, Colonel.
Oh,
What was his name?
this is the old guy, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
he wasn't there at the beginning. Oh,
Colonel.
God.
All I can think of is Colonel Oates, but that's from Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Colonel. Oh gosh. I mean I can see him in my head.
Yeah, me too. I can see him talking to Radar.
Yep.
Colonel.
Colonel.
No, I don't remember his name.
I don't either. I think we gotta call it
Sherman T. Potter.
Colonel
Who is
Potter.
Colonel Sherman T. Potter.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, back down to 700. Well, we're doing breakfast cereal mascots for 2. An animal with stripes so bold, cereal cravings he'd always behold. With energy and might, he'd start the day right. A mascot fierce and untamed.
Oh, that
Isn't that supposed to
does not
rhyme with the
rhyme.
second line?
does
Tony the
not
Tiger.
rhyme. That's Tony. Yep, Tony Tiger. Voiced by Thurl Ravencroft.
Yes. Back to 900 points. All right.
Okay.
Philip.
Let's do the Transformers again for 3. A tyrant with ambitions grand. Decepticon leader ruling the land. In his fusion cannon's glare. Megatron strikes fear unfair. Commanding with an iron hand. Literally.
Of course. Megatron. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Megatron.
Who is Megatron? 1,200 points. All right. Canadian prime ministers for 3. A reformer with a vision to chase. In his term, he leave a lasting trace.
Oh.
With fiscal policies profound, transforming the nation's ground. A prime minister of a different embrace. Like these Kim Campbell one was easy because we've literally had a single female prime minister. Reformer.
I mean, you could probably also apply this to like half a dozen,
Right.
if not more, American presidents.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to guess because I figure his name will show up here eventually. Actually, I kind of want to say Justin Trudeau again because that was kind of his. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Yep. Justin Trudeau. Nope. Stephen Harper. He was not a reformer. Jesus Christ. All right. Back
What
down
does
to
AI
900.
know about Canada?
Nothing, clearly.
Yeah. You know what? Let's keep going with Transformers for 4. A warrior bold and fine, blank, will never decline. With elegance and grace, in battles they'll embrace. Autobot heroine divine. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now it's RC.
Yeah. See, it's kind of like your Kim Campbell question.
Yeah.
Who is RC?
There we
Up
go.
to 1,300. We're going to keep going down the Canadian prime ministers just to get them out of the way.
Let's do it.
A statesman, strong and just. In his leadership, we put our trust. With diplomacy, he'd strive for a Canada that would thrive. A prime minister we always discuss. Again, who could this be? I'm going to say Brian Mulroney. Sir John A. Macdonald. I'm a little bit off. John A. Macdonald was one of the earliest prime. I don't know if he was the first prime minister. 900 points.
Okay.
All right.
You know what? Let's finish up Transformers while we're here.
Yeah.
A warrior strong and unyielding. Blank's might. Enemies are shielding. With cannons ablaze. He fights in Autobot ways. A guardian. His foes are congealing.
That's a great word at the end. This could be.
This could be anyone.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, you know what? A guardian. I bet this might be Omega Supreme.
That's what I was thinking.
Because he was a guardian robot. So yeah, I'm gonna say Omega Supreme.
Oh, it's Ironhide.
Oh well.
Oh man, down to 400. All right, let's get into the negatives. Prime ministers for 500. A diplomat skilled and shrewd, negotiating deals with fortitude, building bridges, fostering peace, his influence a constant increase. A prime minister, a leader who pursued.
Oh,
again, could be anybody.
Anybody, yeah.
So I've said Justin Trudeau twice. Let's say it a third time. Lester B. Pearson. I couldn't even tell you who that is. Yep. All right, we're at negative 100. Let's get back to the game.
Okay. Well, I hate to do this, but let's do MASH for 3. A captain, a friend, a reliable aid, with a calm demeanor, never swayed. In the operating room, his skills would bloom, a skilled surgeon, an ally not to trade.
I'm going to say that's Trapper John.
Yes.
Just because it can't be Hawkeye.
Yes.
Right? Oh. BJ Honeycutt.
BJ Honeycutt.
Wasn't he didn't they always pick on him? Wasn't he let
me see here. BJ Honeycutt.
Wasn't he like the guy with the British accent? Well, he wasn't British. It was a New England accent.
Look, you know what? This is the guy who I was picturing in my head.
Yeah. I think he replaced the other guy.
I just forgot his name.
Damn.
Oh, well.
All right. Minus 400. Okay. This is starting to fall apart. Let's do The Office for 300.
Yes.
A paper salesman, a true believer, blank, a dedicated achiever with his crossword puzzles and coffee. Work days never felt drowsy, but his expertise, one can't deceive her.
Okay.
I mean, that's Stanley.
It's Stanley.
The guy with crossword puzzles is Stanley.
That's the giveaway there.
Yeah, Stanley Hudson. There we go. All right, negative 100.
You know what? Let's just get MASH out of the way for 4. A corporal, witty and sly, with a knack for mischief. Oh my! Playing pranks always fun, but when duty's begun, a dressmaker talents that defy.
Corporal
so this
Klinger.
is probably Klinger. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Jamie Farr as Klinger.
Yeah, I'd say so. Corporal Maxwell Q. Klinger.
Yep. The dress gave it away.
All right, we're at 300 points.
All right,
keep going down The Office for 400. An accountant, dull and dry, blank, never one to lie. With her love for felines, her strictness never declines. A true cat lover, no need to pry.
It's Angela.
Angela, right. I couldn't remember her name. Yeah. That is Angela Martin. All right.
Yep.
700 points. We're clawing it back.
Here we go. Let's do breakfast cereals for 3. A birdie with a vibrant beak. Tropical flavors he'd eagerly seek. With fruity cereal delights, a mascot who takes flight. Bringing breakfast joy with a squawk and a creak. It's, of course, Toucan Sam, who follows his
Toucan Sam.
nose.
Toucan Sam.
It
We're
always
up to 1,000.
knows.
Up to 1,000 with 1,900 points left on the board. Let's get the other 400-point question out of the way. So breakfast cereal mascots for 400. A rooster proud and loud, awakening breakfast lovers, a crowd. With crispy cereal in his stride, a mascot full of morning pride, starting the day with a hearty sound. Now it's cornflakes, right?
Cornflakes does have the rooster on its box.
I don't know what the name of it is.
I never knew that the rooster had a name.
Sugar Bear?
Sugar Bear the rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo.
I have no idea.
I mean, it's got to be the cornflakes rooster, yeah?
We could just say that.
Let's just say cornflakes rooster.
Cornelius.
Oh, the Kellogg's cornflakes rooster.
All right. Okay, Phil, we're down to 600 points. There's 1,500 points left on the board.
We did not give that to ourselves, by the way.
No.
For those listening.
No. Okay. What do you got?
Crap.
I mean, the good thing is we get one of these right. We're good.
That's true. I'd say there's a good chance we get The Office right.
1 in 3 shot here, yeah.
But let's get the one I'm sure we probably won't get correct, which is MASH. Let's do MASH for 500. A captain, a friend with a laugh, in the midst of chaos, he'd never gaff. With humor and charm, keeping spirits warm. A jovial presence, a comrade to quaff. Would this be?
I have no idea.
Is this Radar?
Radar is who I'm thinking.
Because Radar was always kind of the lovable mascot, basically.
Right. Yeah. We're saying Radar? I don't know if he was a captain.
Yeah, I didn't.
Nope.
Oh,
that's Trapper John. Trapper John McIntyre. All right. We are at 100 points.
Okay.
With 2 left.
Get one of these.
Well, let's leave the one that we think we're going to get right.
Okay.
On the table. So we'll do breakfast cereal mascots for 500. Yeah. A canid?
Ooh.
Howling at the moon, craving cereal morning or noon, with a hunger that won't cease, a mascot full of fierce peace, bringing crunch and flavor to the dune.
Okay.
Is there a werewolf monster cereal?
So
Fruit Brute.
Yeah, Fruit Brute is the werewolf cereal of the monster cereals. So the only other possibility that I could think of would be Cookie Crisp has a wolf who
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Cookie Crisp has a wolf who likes to steal Cookie Crisp, and he's Cookie Crisp.
Oh yeah. Now I remember.
But I'm.
Oh, you know what? Now I think that you're right. I think it's the Cookie Crisp wolf. But what's his name?
Oh, I don't.
Because the howling.
Yeah, that's right. Cookie Crisp. Oh crap! What is his name?
Man, so many Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
I don't remember the days.
I don't remember. Should we just say Fruit Brute?
Just in case, because we should know the name. All right.
If it is Cookie Crisp, we're gonna get it wrong no matter what because we don't remember his name. But if it's on the off chance it's Fruit Brute, we will get that correct.
We're saying Fruit Brute.
Yes.
Chip, the Cookie Crisp wolf. Oh, Chip. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I knew that.
Okay. So,
but no Lucky.
Yeah. A Lucky Little Leprechaun.
All right.
Which, we're down to, if you're doing limericks, seems the obvious choice. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Down to minus 400 with one question left. The Office for 500 points. Yeah, it's easy. It's all you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is my turn. A salesman, always suave and sly. With his wit, he'd surely comply. Flirting with every lass. Blank, a confident pass. A rising star. reaching the sky. So is this
Got to be
Jim?
Jim. It's got to be Jim.
This is Jim?
Yeah, with the flirting and
Yeah.
No,
It's Ryan.
it's
It's
Ryan
Ryan.
Howard.
Oh,
Wow. I guess the Rising Star thing was the giveaway there.
oh, that's
No,
true.
I mean Jim was being promoted through that series too.
That's true.
Oh man.
Oh,
Wow.
we should have
Negative
known, 'cause
900
Jim
points.
it seemed too obvious to be the final answer.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, we lost.
That's pretty good.
Let's
Although
try this
I gotta
again.
say,
Reset the board.
I gotta say, I'm disappointed in the Canadian prime ministers because literally none of them were even. There was no way you could answer those except
Right.
for Kim Campbell.
Those were very clearly all just
Yeah.
guesses.
And for what it's worth, I do know all those names. Although Lester B. Pearson, I would have trouble placing. I do know, but
Oh boy. Well, we tried.
thanks, Mr. Nelson. That was a lot of fun.
You win this time, Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, just don't do another Canadian Prime Minister's AI limerick. Clearly, AI doesn't know anything about Canada.
That's true.
But hey, if you are interested in sending in a quiz, a Jeopardy quiz for our after show, please consider doing so. JeopardyLabs.com is where you can go to create your own Jeopardy game for us to play on a future after show. In the meantime, thank you so much for your support. We really do appreciate it. Keeps the lights on, keeps the servers running. Doesn't seem to help with CJ's traveling internet, but what are you going to do? Thank you, Phil, for hanging out with me and doing this. This is a lot of fun.
Always is.
And thank you for watching and or listening, and again for supporting the show.
Yeah.
Hope to see you all next week.
Bye-bye.